Yeah.
It's Nat19! Hi, it me. As always, your boy. The doctor with the...
You can do it.
pepper.
Copter.
That's the other Thursday.
You guys find yourselves in a arid desert town. Around you is sparse plant growth, a myriad of people, many looking your way, given your company.
Huh.
But you find yourselves in the city of Coin with Catla. The area right now, you're in a very vertically stacked area. The houses around you are built on top of one another, with homes connected to homes. You could literally step like through a window into another house. The area you seem to appear to is quite poor. It doesn't look like everyone here is doing amazingly well financially, but you do see through the gap in the houses here towards the main road several caravans carrying different spices, animals, and foods making their way along the road. And off in the distance, you hear cheering at some sort of arena.
Do any of you know where we should be looking for a leaf?
Well,
Nope.
I'm gonna cast sending to a leaf.
All right, what do you say?
All right, we're here. Where are you? Please tell me you're safe. Be very descriptive in 25 words or less. And that's it.
All right. Alif, you would be conscious by now.
What's up, Aaron?
Alif, you have been in a very dark place for an extended period of time. You've woken up. You find almost all of your things have been taken. On you, you have your clothing, you have your bracers, and your tetsu. You also find that there are several shuriken of yours still lying next to you. Over the last few hours, as you've found some measure of rest, you've occasionally heard the clattering of different locks and the echoing screams of combat.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Arenas. What a waste of time.
Is that? And then I get the message.
Yeah, you have no idea what time it is. The only light you have to go by is a small candle outside of a cell you find yourself in, flickering on the wall, barely illuminating yourself and the bars of another one across from you. Currently seems unoccupied.
I don't know for sure where I'm at. I think the arenas. I'm sorry. I messed up.
That's all she's gonna say.
I said be descriptive. Fuck.
Yeah, we also said don't get into trouble.
I don't know why I ask a leaf to do fucking anything.
Yep.
What more descriptive can I give you? I told you where I thought I was.
I messed up. How? Where? What happened? You've got at least 10 words left.
I have 8 words left.
That's at least 10.
8 is at least 10.
I will cast sending again, I guess.
Alright.
What was the last location you remember being? Also, what do you mean? And that's it.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I would fucking strangle you.
We will leave you here, Cody.
I don't think I'm there anymore. The last place I was at was the monastery.
Okay. So, she said she thought she was at the arena now.
Can
Is there a
leaf
person
not
that-
just come out?
She said that she messed up somehow. I can only assume that means that her former master might have found her.
Explain.
She used to be a slave here, and her master has been looking to get her back.
Ooh.
Should a leaf not have been able to avoid them? This city seems to be relatively large.
I don't know what happened. I don't know how capable this guy is. I really don't know.
Do you know where they are?
I mean, he was a monk, so the monastery, I would guess.
If there's a monastery to be found, and we want to do this in as little time as possible, Regan and I could try to find the monastery and speak with the monk who's doing this and see if they can see reason. And you could see what's going on with the leaf.
As they speak, the Tao shifts, and you see their forms shrink to roughly the size of any of you, as you see this long braided hair extend out, and they take the form of a human woman.
When we need you, can we just contact you via sending?
They lean into you, as you say. I will be in the Slaves Asylum this evening, midnight. If you
Why?
wish to join me, then I will be there, and I will be making my leave tomorrow morning.
Okay. If we miss you, remember what you told me.
That's
Soon.
why I am telling you. And they start walking away.
So when they said, that's why I'm telling you, do I get the impression that they mean that, do they have the capability back already?
Roll me inside.
Oh my god. Yes, I will. I'm inciting. I'm a real boy. Do well, do well, do well.
Right. They seem mercurial. You haven't seen them in this form. They don't have any ticks that give anything away, but the fact that they seem to say anything to you at all and then ignore everyone else gives you at least the feeling that could be the case.
Okay, good to know. We need to resolve this by tomorrow morning, if we intend to use them to get back.
Yeah.
Kresk, I'm no good at talking to people. Do you think you could ask somebody where the monastery might be?
Sure. I just pull some random dude aside. Hey, you know where the monastery is?
He points off towards the large line of people. You see them all congregating from where you are. You actually couldn't see the end of it. It's too long.
What's that line for?
The bridge. And he starts walking away.
Well,
Have a good day!
sounds like you guys should start waiting.
Let's be clear.
All right.
We're all trying to avoid getting into any unnecessary trouble, but we are also our unlimited time. So if we do have to get into some kind of trouble, at least check in with each other magically before we do.
So the line is going up along this main road towards the bridge. You guys would find yourselves roughly here.
Oof.
My god.
I don't think we're gonna be getting through this line any faster unless we can find some way around.
We shouldn't continue on this trail we blaze.
We probably should. It looks
No.
like they're taking paperwork of some kind or money at the gates.
I could.
But we might be able to just pay them.
You can always just fly over, she says under her breath.
Yeah, we could go to part of the bridge and you could fly us over one at a time, right?
As long as
But
not many people were looking. Or just to get to
I
the
can
other
try and
side.
charm them. Charm the guards.
I mean, we can try it. If it doesn't work, then just go ahead with the other thing.
Yeah, no harm in trying.
I could also scare the bridge clear.
Could do that.
That's
Let's
not
save that
bad.
for a last resort.
Are you sure?
Hmm.
Alright.
Yeah, but
I gotta
don't
be
know if-
like playing for like a minute straight to do it. So I'll just make my way up to the front of the line leisurely. On the trail we blaze.
What?
hate to see him
Playing
leave,
music
love
as
to
I go
watch
up.
him go.
All right, just break out of the line and start walking. Takes
Yeah.
about
Push
Looks to
harder.
Maxine as she says that.
Just shoves Kyra.
takes about 20 minutes walking past.
Oh, shit.
Kind of shouldering through people. The line on this side seems to be very packed. The opposite, this would be true for you, Regan. Not a ton of people are coming back from the north side of the city. Seems like people are eager to get there, but not so eager to get over here. You get close enough to the front of the line, you see them accepting papers. Immediately, Krusk, you see two men. One seems to be inspecting cargo as the other one looks at paperwork or receives whatever offers other people might be giving them. You also see stood back and off to the sides, two robed figures, hard to tell under their quite thick clothing compared to everyone else. Exactly, you can't even tell if they're human, elf, half elf, or anything because they both wear these large cowls over their face.
By this point, like I've been playing like the entire time I've been walking up. So could they have been like hearing me for like, you know, a minute at least?
They haven't watched and listened to all of it. They are not really paying attention. since they're focused on their job. So as Crust begins playing music, there are several people in the crowd that start cheering and seem to fall under some sort of enchantment around him. But the guards themselves don't seem immediately like they've picked up on any of it.
I will then do another performance.
If you start playing immediately in front of them, they will stop and be like, "Sir, please, we're doing a job. We don't need a..."
And I'm trying to enhance it, sir! On the trail we blaze!
He looks back to the other one behind him and jerks his head towards you.
No, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. On the trail we blaze!
One of them pulls out a set of manacles.
No! Trail we blaze!
Goodness, isn't that what an honor that we would see a performance from none other than the legendary half-orc bard Krusk of Waterdeep fame. I would never have expected to see such a celebrity here.
He's amazing. I didn't think we'd get to see him this far out.
They grab Crust.
What are those guards?
Alright,
What are those
have I been
guards
playing for a
doing
minute?
to such a renowned and legendary bard?
I just throw a card. I just throw a card.
I'm going to.
Just from their
I'm
point of
doing
view,
it.
and a man
I've
ran
just.
up and started minstreling at them.
I,
Sir, you have to leave, or we'll arrest you for disturbing the
If
peace.
you
This is
do
the only
this-
chance.
He's blessed by the gods of music themselves. Don't you understand? If you do this, she'll like very passively take a card out and cast it over towards the bridge.
Oh god.
Surely you'll anger those gods, and I'm doing it. There's a card going out. I'm
Roll
sorry.
me on the table.
I wasn't gonna do it until Krusk was getting arrested.
Roll me that. Roll me sleight of hand.
Bardic
got
Inspiration. You! Give me it!
Can you do that?
He is playing currently.
What would you say to give Aji Bardic Inspiration? Convinced me.
Oh no.
In response to the compliments, like, oh no, you are a thing of beauty yourself. Oh, you inspire me as I'm inspiring them.
Sure.
Yay! It's a D8.
Yeah! Oh, that's good!
That's pretty good.
Okay, so that's a total of, that's a 2 and...
Plus 7.
oh, is that a 7? Oh, sorry,
No.
it added...
You already added the 2.
It added, so it's a, I'm gonna have a total plus 7 to this. That's pretty good!
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's do this!
Come on, baby girl.
No!
Oh, come on.
All right. I think you have a table for what card you get, right?
Yeah, I'm rolling. I gotta do, an iron golem appears.
I mean,
You guys hear this resounding, and you see a very large metal figure stand easily above the crowd. Ajisai, you notice as the golem appears, the immediate reaction of the crowd begins to disperse and bolt. You see one of the cowled figures looking straight at you.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I do not
Hey,
take
the line's
responsibility
shorter
for
now.
what, for what my fans do.
No! Krusk! If you wish to show them that this is indeed protection for you, then you should fight back against it, and we'll assist you, takes out sword, doesn't ignite it. Stand back. We'll help to fight this. As
Yes!
this
I need
happens,
you all to roll me initiative.
assuming that I had it appear maybe 30 feet from the thing, or it's on it, I can at least have it run, and then I have a plan. It's really stupid, and it's gonna be one of those, it's gonna lead into other things plans, but I have a plan.
I believe in you, man.
That's such a dumb idea.
All right, Krusk. So the immediate reaction, you see everyone begin bolting. You are the first to act.
All right, fine. I, who have been blessed by the gods of music, shall help in this endeavor. I call upon my godly favor. And I'm going to cast Major Image to and make an illusion of an angel coming down from the heavens.
Somewhere nearby, there is an old woman looking out the window like it's the fucking apocalypse.
Imagine just Sentai poses while he's doing it.
Right. So these two large creatures are now stood opposite each other.
Fucking kaiju battle in a Catla today.
All right, you summon a solar, and I guess you have it start fighting the golem.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should
roll me.
We should all dramatically pose with it. That should be the turn. We should be very like, we're ready to go.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. You don't know.
You're not.
I'm just controlling the illusion to
Roll
make.
me deception since you're yelling about your godly powers.
You got it.
Do it!
I wish I was at the level where I could inspire myself.
Oh,
Woo!
3 of them immediately start recoiling. There's still one that is, you would clock this 2, Krusk, at this point. They seem pretty locked onto Ajisai, and they don't seem to be buying what you're talking about.
Is he a dumbass? A soul! An angel just came from the heavens, and you're just paying attention to this measly girl? No offense, measly girl.
No, I'm nothing.
Ajisai.
Okay. I may be nothing, but I will gladly lend my ordinary blade to you. I'll strike first! Follow me! And I'm going to rush it, and as I do, I'm using my action to make it run, and like turn and have the golem flee across the bridge for 30 feet. As I pass by, and this shouldn't take an action, I like to kick the card as we move by it. By doing so and moving it, it ends the illusion. What I want, and then as this happens, I want Ajisai, as she kicks it when it's at the edge of its possible movement and cause it to disappear, and be like, "It's turned invisible! Don't be fooled by it! We'll catch up to it!" And I'd like to chase it across the bridge, the no longer existent card.
You start running onto the bridge after the invisible quote-unquote golem. Maxine, a ways ahead, you see an angel appear.
Oh, I didn't even roll initiative.
Most of the line in front of you is starting to scatter out as you see people pulling into alleys and trying to take cover.
So, I think the plan has gone awry.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Went awry immediately.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
like
gonna
the?
pull up my broom. I'm gonna make room for Maxine on it.
Oh fuck! All right.
Yeah, we'll meet you over there, boys.
I'm a mount the broom, and make whatever the crossing yourself thing, whatever Chord's version of that is. Max is doing.
Koira?
All right. I'm gonna cast invisibility on both of us, and we're just gonna go.
All right. You are successfully crossing. There's not much to be done about that.
Hey, at least that's. You guys might get arrested, but hey, we'll get a leaf out.
Sergeant 10, Mage 4, and 18, Sergeant 18 all scatter. Mage 10 is going to pursue you onto the bridge. Ajisai.
Oh, don't make me knock you out, man. It seems like they've been possessed.
Oh, goodness.
No! Okay. I want to turn to the Solars, like, thank you for your service, Angel. I no longer need it, as we have taken care of the problem at hand. And then I will drop concentration on it, as he just magically disappears.
It brings its blade up in a sword salute and slowly dissolves into nothing.
God, as you can see, we've taken care of the problem. Now, if you'll just let us cross, I'm going to cast Suggestion on him.
All right, which one?
On the
immediately
one
around
that's
you.
attacking him.
That one, that's up on the bridge. That'd be, see what's Mage 10? Sure, you can target them.
No! No! Damn it!
They slow down for half a second. They turn back and listen to you before they shake their head and seem to snap out of the beginnings of the charm.
Bardic Inspiration Regan.
Nice.
Thank you.
Ajisai.
Just going to stop
slowly turn. She's going to reach down to the card pack on her hip.
Oh boy.
I am a monk who trained for years within the Star Peaks, she's going to say loud enough for all the other guards to hear. I spent my life dedicated to seeing through the world of the spiritual. If you're here to fight us, it means you must have been possessed by some greater beast. With this talisman, she's going to pull out one of the cards. I reveal the form of that which has possessed you! And she's going to throw it at him.
Okay.
What the fuck are they doing over there?
You die.
This is so dumb.
This is the dumbest thing! What is the true form of that which has possessed you? That's so good! Beholder!
You throw the card at him, and between the two of you, the form of a beholder appears and spins to face them. Roll me deception with advantage, Ajisai.
I will, and I'm probably gonna end up putting that.
They are suspicious, so they're gonna roll investigation against it.
That's cool. All right, where are you? Deception. Ah!
Come on, baby.
Why would I get 2 4s?
Oh.
Just in case, I'm gonna burn that bardic inspiration. They might get
Do it.
really low.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
So I got a total of 13. Maybe it beat them. Maybe.
Maybe.
You got a 13. They got an 11.
Hey!
You're not
Thank
sure
God.
if they fully buy it, but the beholder appearing so suddenly in front of them seems to have almost stunned them somewhat, and they're not sure where to go with it, and they're not willing to test it. So you see them begin casting something at it, and their focus is off of you for the time being.
That is merely a projection of its true form. Fear not! Going to rush at him and use my bonus action to ignite Hikari Kiba.
Oh my god.
I will disable them for the good of your city! And, I'm gonna Dragon Surge. Because we're not gonna convince this guy to stop. We have to deal with the
You
others.
saw it, yeah.
Oh my god, okay. Here I go. Hikari Kiba, ignited, attacking number 10. Whapya!
Yeah, that hits.
I should hope so.
You start hammering into them. The lightning from Hikari Kiba crackles along the bits of armor. You see a buckler against them that it just scatters across like a spider web before like seeping into their arm. They scream as the impact hits them. They're still standing.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
An 18, that hits.
Stay down! Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Go to sleep. No, it's all at once!
There's so many
The
ones.
first hit, you strike them in the side with the flat of the blade. The second one, you ram the hail to their stomach. They start coughing and they nearly double over. They grab the railing to steady themselves. They're still in combat shape.
Also, as I'm doing these things, I would like to, once again, since I'm up next to him where I threw the card, I'd like to scrape my foot along the card and kick it away to drive home the idea that that was just a projection of what's possessing him. Mostly, so that they can't do things to the projection and realize it's fake.
The sergeant turns, looking around, and starts running towards the two of you. He gets next to you, Regan.
Hi.
He pulls out a club and is looking at Ajisai and the guard.
Come on. Believe me. You saw a beholder. No. Stop.
He's gonna open his palm towards you, Ajisai. He's gonna cast Cone Cold.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I may have
Exactly what a beholder would do! Don't!
I may have
I wish I
underestimated
had
you
counted.
slightly.
You succeed.
Oh, nards.
Ajisai, you take 15 points of cold damage, reduced from 30.
Oh, that's not bad.
They are going to turn and move back away from you. You can take an opportunity attack if you'd like.
I would like to. Yeah. Bleh. No.
Oh.
Logan.
No, what's happening to me today?
You swipe, but just the remnants of that blast of cold almost blind you for a second. You slash through it as the spell dissipates, but they've already stepped just out of your sword's range.
You see what he just did there, guard? He casted exactly what a beholder would cast.
It's true!
Roll me persuasion, Krusk.
Yeah, man.
Advantage because I said something.
Absolutely not.
I didn't need
managed to
it.
salvage this.
I love the with advantage because I said so.
I said
pull-
because I said something.
Because it's true. He pulls out a club and starts walking towards the other guard.
Oh my god. Turns out this is the same story as Hadrick.
Yeah, man!
If Hadrick found out that his captain was not possessed by a demon and that it was a trick, he would kill himself.
Ajisai.
I gotta attack him. Here I go, attacking. I think it
I was
hits.
so close to it
That
too.
hits.
Okay, I have nothing to add to it, so here's my attack damage.
Do a death.
Fall unconscious.
It's damage.
Why aren't you unconscious? Fall unconscious. I'm gonna hit him again.
You see him slowly raising his hand towards you again.
No.
Unsteady on their feet. That
You have bardic
Yeah,
inspiration.
bardic inspiration. Here we go. What the fuck was that? 7!
What was that? 7!
I would have missed, but hits.
Go to sleep!
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah! Non-lethal!
As you knock him unconscious next to a burning shield on the ground.
Bonk.
I've
I
done
drop
it.
Consecration.
The demon is exorcised, but we must pursue the one that escaped across the bridge. Let's go!
Yes, yes. We'll go.
We have to ask some questions.
No time!
There's
for
no
that!
time! He might be able to fly! We run.
We'll catch up with you guys later!
You guys start sprinting across the bridge.
I believe in you!
You see one of them, as you look behind you, kneels down and starts tending to the unconscious figure.
Good.
The other two are moving in your direction, but they're not sprinting after you.
Okay, good.
Wait, Fred.
All right, as you get about halfway across the bridge, you see a similar setup on the other side.
Crap!
Play cool? Just play cool.
I just play cool.
Regicide will rush forward, and this is kind of a cue for Krusk to take over. But as they get close to the other side, she's gonna slide to a stop very dramatically, look around as if trying to find something, look back to Krusk, eyes narrow very aggressively, looks back.
Did you all see something pass here? A monster came this way and we're chasing it. It hurt the guards on the other side. Did you see it go
Yeah.
by?
Did you
As
see it?
Arrive to the other guards, they turn and regard you. You see most of them have weapons out, and they're looking around. Nothing passed through here, no.
Would you mind if we took a look around? We're trying to desperately to find it.
The one of them wearing a silvered helmet steps forward. There's a longsword in their hands compared to the clubs in the other ones. He wouldn't have made it past us. It doesn't have the room as he taps top of the area with his longsword.
Well, do you have any...
Krusk.
Mm-hmm.
Make them look somewhere.
Okay.
It seemed like it may have had the ability to cast magic of its own, so we're unsure. It might have gotten past you somehow.
He looks over his shoulder at one of the
Wait.
cowled figures. Is that possible?
Is that it over there?
He turns and looks the way you're pointing.
I'm gonna throw a cord! They're in that general direction! At the ground!
This is the greatest encounter that I've ever been a part of.
That nigga's fucking gone after today.
I'm trying to... Because from his perspective, a card would pass his head.
No, it would go. It wouldn't go past his head. I want to throw it like kind of in front of him and under him, so it would basically not enter his line of sight. This thing can appear right in front of him for all I care.
Kind of like underhanded spin it. By his hip.
If he sees it, I'm going to yell "Talisman of Revealing." I will. If he seems
Roll
to
me
know.
sleight of hand, and then if you roll poorly, roll deception.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why with the twos?
Why can you not roll well as Audrey's guy?
Why with the twos?
See that deception?
Deception! No.
You have a bardic inspiration!
Oh, fucking. Okay. It's a 15! What appears is a bugbear!
Thank goodness it's not. You haven't gotten like the one of you so far.
That would be so bad!
I'd ruin all of this.
You see him raise the longsword and charge the bugbear.
It's one of its minions. We'll find the other one and we're gonna run past him if we can.
You do?
Yeah!
We did it!
I cannot believe that fucking worked.
Regan, can you disturb the cart?
I'll kick it off with my foot
As we pass.
as we pass by.
So it'll look like this bugbear will just like swing towards him and then vanish. Just.
All right,
Oh my gosh, they're becoming invisible!
roll me deception with advantage, Regan.
Do it, Regan.
You have a bardic inspiration!
Do it!
What's with the twos?
You see, you guys keep running. You see the captain lean down and pick up the card and then look back in your direction. You see him point off and guards start darting in from several directions and both of the mages next to him vanish.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
And where are you guys running from here? Just so I know.
Fuck.
Next, boys.
We got to like here, right?
I didn't
from
think
there.
I'd get this far.
Here, moving forward, and so you basically have that area to figure out exactly where you're going to turn and move.
That way.
That way. That way.
That way. Good adventures go left.
Good adventures go left.
I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth. Can I, like, around here? Would that be possible, Aaron, my boy?
It's only 15 feet, so yeah, I'd say you could.
Okay, cool.
At the same time as her casting that, I'm gonna cast Major Image and have the golem appear from the earth.
Yes! Yes! We're not fighting your guards, Aaron!
We'll solve this guard
You
puzzle.
can't make us!
You see a stream of civilians screaming and running away from this burrowing iron golem. As you guys continue running, I still need to know which direction are you going?
Left. That way.
Okay.
What about one of these places, like these internal areas, if we could get in?
That could be a good call. We don't know what's in there, but hey, fuck it.
Sure, if it's possible, unless there's a wall at some point.
You all start running forward, and you turn and walk into a building. There are a few people passing by. Immediately, you bump into a woman in a soft beige-like robe with a clasp around their neck. As they stop and bow to you, they acknowledge your presence, but they don't seem to do anything about it. There's a myriad of archways on either side of this courtyard and a small pond on the inside. Yeah, you guys take your places. You do your best to either blend in to remain unseen entirely or to at least go unnoticed, and for the most part, you don't seem to be getting disturbed.
Oh boy. Whew. That went very well, I think. I think it went
Honestly,
pretty well.
it went better than I expected it to.
We could wait here for the others to find us and try to catch our breath. Now that we're into this part of the town, our next stop should be that monastery.
Maybe we should try and find an inn.
Maybe?
Just so we're not resting in someone's pond.
They lead you through a back end of the building and through a kitchen and out the back. And you see a large two-story building with a massive awning on the back end and a small porch under it that has several tables set out. And dangling from a sign is a large adamantine mug.
Hey.
This place would be able to accommodate you, hopefully for the evening.
I'm assuming that we saw all of this and we were able to follow them.
At this point, yeah, you'd see Krusk. The first thing you'd spot is Krusk. For an hour, you guys would know your invisibility is about to fade anyway, so you land, and as you walk up, the spell peels away from the two of you. You guys see Maxine and Kyra arrive.
Fuck! Oh,
Well, that was
holy
a
crap!
entertaining shit show.
Oh, you made it.
Are you good?
Oh, but it worked.
You scared the shice out of me.
Okay.
Bless you.
Well,
Thank you.
So we rest here, maybe try to contact a leaf again, make sure she's okay. And once we've rested and have our magic back, we go get her?
We have until tomorrow morning to check in with the Tao. So if we rested now, we'd still have the entire night. As we do so, I would like to address Kyra.
Yeah.
To be clear, this has been confusing me. I thought that you had checked in with a leaf about not doing anything dangerous. Why would they go off and try to fight this person alone?
You think she was ambushed?
It is not unlike it's not unlike a leaf to refuse help.
Do you think she could have been ambushed or something? Like maybe she was trying.
It's possible.
Maybe.
Hmm.
They said they messed up though, didn't they?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
No way to really know what happened until we get to her. But
So then, we'll get there, we'll interrogate this monk, hoping that they're the one that did something. And then we'll find out where a leaf is, retrieve them, meet up with the Tao tomorrow morning, and we'll move on from there.
Makes it sound
so.
easy, but yeah. I'm worried about her. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I suppose I had thought, because of where I grew up, I had thought that all monasteries and monks and whatnot were, good people, neutral people, I guess. The fact that these people are associated with slave keeping is surprising to me.
this is a bad city.
I don't like it here. I want to get a leaf and leave.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't exactly trust myself to not go after slave owners. I don't like it!
I don't like it either.
I'm with you too.
I'm used to dealing with monks. I've sparred with them before. The way that I fight now isn't actually how I was trained. The people at my monastery fought more like a leaf does. So, if we have to fight them, and looks to Regan, I'm not saying that it's because I'm expendable. So don't take it this way.
Better not be. But continue.
But if you let me test the waters, I should be able to draw out and find out what they're capable of, if you guys would be willing to support me.
Sure.
I've been wanting to kill this asshole since I first heard about him. So if we have to fight him, I'm all for it.
He's not gonna be alone.
I know he won't.
they never are. I can braid hair. We'll do it. Yeah.
Surprise me. And she will sit down in front of Maxine and undo the braids in her hair. And take the mistletoe out.
Didn't expect this much pressure.
And if you need a hair
go
tie, I
on.
can make you some vines.
Right. Maxwell.
No pressure.
Can you stop looking at me like that? Push.
I could.
Cause Regan had their hair down. Max will kind of try to do like a Nordic front braid situation, get the hair out, kind of one of those braid crown things.
Oh, cute! Yeah,
It's not like art. My dad taught me how to do it, but you know, it gets the job done.
Regan will just close her eyes and just let her do it, just very relaxed.
I would like to go and try to find a potion shop.
I'd like to join her.
Please, thank you.
Now that those two are gone, I want to be straight with you two. I want my chance at doing this for a couple of reasons that I don't think those two would quite understand. The thief got petrified by Marlos, right? They wouldn't have been put in this situation if I hadn't died, or if I hadn't taken you there to begin with. I don't understand why they sought this person out to fight them on their own, but I want to make it up to them. That's why with the Tao I stepped down. Also, monks and people that err on the spiritual side shouldn't act like this. I want to find out exactly why, and I want to find out why a leaf was drawn back to fight them. And I think if we all gang up on them, it's not going to do very much to do that. And I know it's selfish, and I know you're worrying about me. And I'm sorry. The other two have a sort of pragmatism to them that I respect in most situations, but I don't think they'd understand where I'm coming from. I wanted to tell you two, because I wanted you to worry less, I guess.
I can't promise that I'll ever worry less about you, Ajisai. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm not about to stop you, but I will support you. And if I see you doing something overly stupid, I hope you know I will step in, whatever that ends up looking like.
You all settle down for your rest. A leaf. You don't know how long it's been. You've been in and out of some sleep. Food is brought to you at one point. It's food. You hear the echoing footsteps of a group of people approaching. A small light appears down to your south, and after a small period of time, Diley appears in front of your cage. As he appears in front of you, he crouches down and looks at you. You have a visitor, my pet.
A visitor?
He nods very slowly.
Where are my things?
Where they belong. You see on his body a very familiar mantle. But a correction. They are my things.
That wasn't even what I wanted.
Well, supposing you survive, perhaps you'll get something back. Get them ready. And he starts walking away. There's a sound of a gate being opened. Two of his monks appear in front of you. Produce a set of manacles. One of them barks towards you. Answer the bars.
Look to the manacles.
They are going to attempt to manacle you. As they clasp them shut, they start pulling you along. They lead you to a set of two barred doors, as one of them moves off to the far end and pulls another lever. The first one opens, and the one beside you gestures towards them.
I'm guessing my visitor?
Something like that.
Starts making her way over.
You enter, and the door closes behind you. The guard walks up to the door and extends his hand up towards you. Hands.
Immediately this time.
Unshackles you, and the second gate behind you opens. You see a man with a spear stood in a very large circular room. As you march forward, the size of the small circle you're in expands out. You see bits of dried blood on the ground from people who've been dragged to and from the arena. Above you, about 20-25 feet overhead, it ends, and you see a myriad of figures looking down upon you.
Looks up toward them, then looks over toward the person that she's fighting.
Who are you?
The man who's gonna fucking kill you.
Oh, yeah.
To your north, you see a shaded figure, one you recognize, sit down at a large black seat. We briefly talked about this before you fell unconscious. I'm not sure if you remember, my pet, but it turns out that one of the student's fathers did not quite care for the loss of his son. So
a slight smirk goes across her face.
In a showing of good faith, I've allowed him the chance to damage my property. But by all means, take all the time you need, whenever you're ready.
She will look over toward him.
Are you sure, sir?
He draws a longsword. All right. He draws it, and he takes a half step forward, and you know that he is approaching with killing intent. You have initiative.
Okay. Armor of Agathis.
You breathe deeply as ice shrouds your body, blood on the ground, absorbing itself to your skin as these shards of red ice appear along your body.
And as for bonus action, I will take the Stance of Earth, and I will just wait for him to get closer.
All right. He sees that. He puts his sword down and pulls out a heavy crossbow, and he's going to aim at you and fire. That is a 16 to hit. That misses. He can't reload in the same turn, so that is them.
Well, I will go into range of him, and I'm just going to. I will bonus action go into Stance of Fire.
All right, you move forward, go into your stance of fire.
And I'll make some attacks.
That is a natural one. That misses.
Yeah.
I see we're continuing where we left off last
Second attack.
time.
That's a hit.
Yeah. And hiya.
That's 10 points of damage. It's solid.
I'm going to try to stunning strike.
All right, make them roll. They fail. Turn, they're stunned. Your turn.
Let's go for a couple more attacks.
You unleash a flurry of strikes. The splint Meliaz is shredded in parts as you dent it. You see bits of it stabbing into their body. They can't even muster a yell as you strike them, and when you pulse key through them, they freeze up.
As I get to the end of the turn, I will just sort of step back very slightly as the stun wears off from him, and I'll just be like, please just stay down.
They're gonna go. They pick up their longsword. And they're gonna hold it with both hands. That's a miss. Oh, man. They hit you. Shards of this bloody ice explode as they scream and push the blade through. They're gonna deal damage. You have 4 points of damage.
No.
That's their turn.
This poor guy. I'll take that as a no then.
You see him staggering. He leans back against the wall briefly for support.
Maybe this will be enough then. I'm gonna bonus action Dragon's Breath on myself, and that'll be me.
You killed him. You fucking bitch! And he pulls out a short sword and he's gonna run. He's gonna make 3 attacks. The first one misses. The second one misses. The third one, as he just flails, his helmet falls off to the side. You see blood pouring out of his mouth. He misses all 3.
Oh no! She's just looking at him, like dodging the attacks, like not like just looking very stern, but very much just. If you want to be mad at anyone, he's right up there. I'm gonna breathe in. I'm gonna go for a dragon breath.
Know your place. All right, roll it. That is a fail. As you breathe, this cold wave of cold blasts over him. You see him reach out towards you as he's about to strike again, and he just freezes solid. Before slowly, just the weight of his body starts cracking and bits of him snap, and he falls to the ground.
She will just look down at him.
Where was all that last night? There's
Guess I was
cheering above
nervous.
you. And just you see a very slow clap from Diley looking down at you.
You said I could have something back?
You see him vanish from where he sits and reappears inside the arena. What is it you ask for?
Do you really want to get that close?
If you want to play again, we always can. But I promise you, if you attack me again this time, I won't be so nice.
In my bag, there was a bracelet of lavender.
I'll think of it. Back to your cell. He turns around, vanishes again.
Starts making her way back over toward the exit.
Alright. You're unimpeded as you make your way back. The cell grate opens up. One of the 2 monks inside comes forward with the manacles. And
If I kill you, will your father come too?
if you kill me, you won't get out of here alive. Frankly, I'm impressed you did it last time. You'll have to tell me how you did that trick.
How much have you gotten from this training? Under him?
A great deal. Hands.
She will put her hands out. She will look away as she does, though.
They manacle you and lead you back to your cell. They unmanacle you through the cell gate as they put you back in. Rest well. Won't be long before something else wants to kill you, I'm sure.
I have a question.
I doubt I have an answer, but sure, I've got time.
Am I still in Athkatla? Am I under the monastery? Slaves' quarters?
You're home. That's where you are. He starts walking away. The rest of you.
I'm the rest of you.
Winky dink, me too.
The sun has been set for about an hour or so by the time you guys finish your long rest. You start making your way through the city at night, or at least in the early night. You see there's a lot less people on the streets. You arrive at a large gate where the temple district meets the Temple of Shadows. It is open, it's partially closed, but you see a few people pacing near a small, well, I say small, it's fairly large, but it's a pond. You see many of the rogue people pacing down. You also see a gate to your northeast at just peering through. You see a secondary one that seems to go into a large dome structure.
I want to just kind of out of sight from people, change my clothes into like these monk style clothes.
All right.
Like martial arts gi kind of thing.
You end up you come out with a blackened gi with some silver trimming on it.
Would like to approach the Temple of Shadows.
You do so. You see two figures stood next to the large gate that goes into the interior section.
I got this. Excuse me, sirs, and or madams. I didn't get a description of your genders. Would you kindly tell me where the Master of Shadows is?
The Master's away on business right now.
You know when he's going to return?
Likely in the morning. Why?
Well, you see.
Why don't you know?
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I've come to train. I've heard the Master of the Shadows the best, and me and my companions here are all very interested in learning the ways of the shadows. So we wanted to, meet him and see, maybe get a private lesson or something.
I'm afraid his time is far more valuable than you might be expecting. And you say all of you wish to study here?
Yes.
We've heard his strength is immense.
You're correct in that much. The first one, the one that's been speaking mostly, begins walking around and looking at Maxine and Kyra. I'm not sure if all of you are exactly cut out for this style.
Oh, they're definitely going to need a lot of training.
That would be the Master's say and not mine, but I'm afraid we can't help you this evening. You're more than free to return tomorrow morning.
Is it impossible for us to find out where to find him? It's very important.
I'm afraid that would be classified information. Master works deeply with the city and knows many secrets. He could be dealing with all sorts of things right now.
You say that you can't say where they are, but I imagine they must still be somewhere within the city. Tell me.
And as I say the next part, I'm going to turn on Detect Thoughts so I can rush through whatever it is crosses their mind.
All right.
Where precisely did they go?
You're activated. Your surface thoughts immediately. You get, there's no way the Master would meet with these people. He couldn't be very far, but even then, he would be in some restricted area.
Do you not know?
You don't get any sign that they seem to have a strong idea. As you're detecting thoughts, then you would get from the second one. He's probably underground.
I really must insist.
That's well and good, but I'm afraid we can't do that for you.
A shame.
Then I suppose we'll have to seek out some entertainment while we wait.
Yeah.
Could you answer another question for me? Where do you host your pit fights? I had heard that there were some within the city that weren't exactly above board.
Pit fights. You get from the first one. And the second one straightens a bit. We don't have any pit fights in the city, not unless they're legally sanctioned, and those are few and far between, generally as a exhibition between criminals.
Just out in the street.
Yes,
Are you sure that there
sometimes
aren't
in
any
bar
that are
places.
below board?
The second one, you get a surface thought of, they're looking for it. The second one starts walking towards you, Ajisai. Where did you hear that these things are being held? I'm actually quite curious. We don't want such foul rumors spreading about our city.
I briefly was in Waterdeep a long time ago. There was somebody there who fought, who claimed to have been from your order.
In the middle of your sentence, Ajisai, you get a surface thought that's just Marcos, that dead prick.
What was his name? We won't tell if you don't. But we would like to know where this place is.
And we can compensate.
How much?
I'll pull out
Name
2
the price.
platinum.
I pull out 2 as well.
Same.
Not bad for guard duty.
It's underground. You have to have the right connections to get there. There's only 2 ways in. One exists in the slaves' asylum. We need a reliable way to ship people underground to get them there. The other, I don't have the leisure to tell you about. The surface that you get is, if you wanted in, you'd have to get through these doors. If that's all your business, then I would suggest you make your way to the slaves' asylum and maybe bring yourself one down there.
Thank you so much for this, for the info. We'll try and find some entertainment for the night. Thank you very much.
Boy, seems like both of our objectives have lined up.
Seems so.
All right.
Goodness.
So, the plan remains basically the same. It's just a matter of which one is quicker to do. If we find a leaf first, or if we find the master first.
I feel like finding a leaf would be easier.
It depends on what we have to go through.
We have invisibility. It was always the trick we've used back at the temple of flying around invisibly.
Depending on how cramped the area is, it may be hard, though. I agree, though. If that's possible, that's the best way to go. Krus, you're in charge from here on.
Oh no.
We're going to be having to do a lot of talking in this place.
All right.
You and
Get
Maxine.
Bard game on.
Maxine, if we have to treat it like we want to submit you as a slave for combat,
Oh, glad you fucking asked. Let's do it.
good.
Let's go, lesbians! Let's go!
Bisexual, but whatever.
Am I a lesbian?
Let's go, lesbians!
I don't know, do you exclusively like girls?
No.
I exclusively like. Let's
We all
find
know
not
what you
your
exclusively like.
Yeah. Swords.
revenge.
Fight. Revenge. Yeah. She's a
Haji
lesbian
size-
for revenge.
Haji Sai's at that special age where she can only think of one thing. Boys,
Murder.
revenge.
Yeah,
Murder.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, if we want to do this whole, like, submitting, Maxine for, like, the slave thing, we gotta get you a collar.
You seem a little
okay.
eager to buy that, Krusk.
I mean,
I was under the assumption that every slave had a collar. Leave me alone.
I mean, when I did work at the arenas, I usually had a manager. So, like, just do that. But slave, I guess.
I guess I'll be your master then.
No.
As your employer, you will treat him as your master.
You may call me master or daddy.
I'm not going to enforce that.
What's with the second one? Hold on. No, I don't want to know.
We arrive
at
the slave asylum.
Yeah,
yes, we do.
Just go.
Oh my
The district itself is lit. There's torches and lanterns that light a myriad of stalls, and different people are calling out, showing off different slaves. You see at a glance an elderly gentleman who seems to be on sale. You see a young, probably 18, 19-year-old boy with claw marks going from the center of the forehead down across the right eye, grimacing as they pull away and try and resist some of the bonds they have. You see a few women seem to be dressed like dancers, and one that's in these steel manacles. It looks as though they're ready to fight anyone in the district.
Biting her lip as they're walking past all these people.
Yeah, Regan's digging her nails into her arms and just trying to keep a straight face.
We see the Dow here.
You see them. They are walking in their almost like a sing-songy way. They have what looks like some new gold bracelets, and they just seem to be skipping along, looking as everyone else.
Glares at her as we pass.
They see you and stick their tongue out at you.
I want to approach the guy who is selling the girl who looks like she's gonna attack something. Hello there.
Hey,
How's business going for you?
booming as always.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I was wondering if I could get some help. You know, fellow master to another. I have this. I've recently acquired this specimen right here. He gestures over to Maxine, and I really want to just put her to work. You see how big, how strong she is.
Oh, okay.
Where
Walks
I
up
could...
and grabs Maxine by the chin and starts inspecting them. They're not bitey, are
Ever
they?
so slightly.
No, they're not bitey at all. They're very well trained, in fact.
You gotta tell me how you did that. This one's being a problem.
Yeah, took a lot of work.
Not bad.
Right?
Like a tank. You let them carry a weapon?
Like I said, very well trained.
You gotta hang around here more. I like you already.
Well, maybe I could show you a few pointers, but I was wondering if you knew of any places where I could put her to work, so to speak.
Only persuasion.
Don't get a 2.
Come on.
Beansley!
That's not a 2.
I'll take a 23!
Nice!
No!
Yeah,
My
nice.
God, plus
Yeah,
10.
I know a place. Okay, you didn't hear this from me. If you go past the guild, make sure you don't get fucking seen doing this. Up against the wall, there's a secret door. It'll be one of the bricks. I think it's the third up. You push it in, it'll open briefly, very briefly. That leads to a staircase, and it'll take you down a path. You can use that to arrive at the actual ring itself. If you go, there are some dangerous people there, not just, they're slaves. They don't fuck around. So, But if you think you have it and you think they might do a good job, then I'm sure they'll be happy to have you.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'll slip him like 5 gold. We'll be back.
See you soon. Or, well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We move to a point where you were isolated conversation-wise. So what's our plan now?
I feel like it's to go through that secret door and, under the guise of, submitting Maxine.
Before we go
She's, like,
in,
rubbing her chin.
would you mind if I tried to find the Tao and spoke with them very briefly?
Sure.
It shouldn't take more than a second if we can find her quickly. Would I be able to still see her? Like, would I know where she was? Could I look around and find her again?
If you were to look around for a while, you could.
Alright, to do so. I need to be brief. We're about to do a lot. The business that you insinuated that we had earlier, would you be available to do it now?
2 hours.
Okay. Well, I will reconnect with the others. How urgently do we need to go in now?
Yeah, I'm chill.
Yeah, she's chill.
If we wait 2 hours, then
Do you mind us asking what you're trying to do?
the last time we could make a deal with the Tao, I intentionally left because we talked telepathically, and they made it very clear that they could restore me to life and free me from Kagetsuchi's control. And I already have what they want in exchange. The most important thing that I have. She brushes the amulet of health that is an earring. My mother made this for me. It's the most important thing in the world to me, and I think for that reason it's worth it. But if we wait, even briefly, I could be freed from what I am.
That sounds really good to me.
If we could wait 2 hours.
Last time we made a deal with her, things went really wrong. Are you sure that they won't again when you do this?
I have to try.
You gotta try.
I agree. We'll be fine.
Thank you. Next time you see me,
Fine.
I hope that I won't be quite so morose.
Do you want to, beforehand, spend some time with a particular person of this group?
I want to
just in
talk
case
to
anything
Regan
goes
alone,
wrong?
yeah.
There you go. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Come on, let's get me registered.
Assuming y'all fuck off.
You never knew the real me. I'm concerned that once you meet them, you might find them annoying.
I look forward to meeting any version of you, Ajisai. I didn't get to travel the way I have without you. And I don't think I could ever find you annoying. I have 2 little brothers who drive me up the wall. I don't think you can beat that.
We'll see. I've been a real burden. I've been very depressing. Constantly reinforcing that all that's ahead of us is that one day I'm going to disappear. I can't imagine how much of an emotional drain I must have been.
Ajisai, it has never been a drain on me. I hate that you have to live with the reality that you might disappear someday. I can't imagine what it's like living with that and knowing that. If I had a way to access the kind of magic that you need to be you again and to live, I would pay anything. And if I was in your shoes, I would be doing exactly the same thing you are now. All I've wanted since you said that you knew you would end up dying someday was... all I've wanted was to find an answer for you.
I really liked having you around. And I really like you, Regan. If something happens to me and the wish does go wrong, I want you to know that the closest I've come to feeling alive since it's been when I've been with you. And I want to keep being with you after things are fixed if I can.
I want that too. I've really liked having you around, and
She will frantically be just looking to brush her hair behind her ears, but it's all braided back and she doesn't know what to do with her hands.
I really like you too, Ajisai. And whatever happens after this wish, I want the same.
She'll lean up and kiss her on the cheek.
Once I'm back, I hope to pay you back for everything you've done for me 10 times over.
There's nothing to pay back.
I disagree.
We'll figure out what that payback looks like then.
Alright. You head and join the others. Next time I see you, I'll be seeing you through my own eyes for the first time.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna turn very slowly and head back towards the Dow and
Stick with them.
for the remainder of the 2 hours.
The time wanes on through the hour. The first one passes. The second hour, you see them meandering around. You find yourself at the base of a staircase that goes up onto a wall surrounding the promenade that you kind of have found the slaves' asylum in. They start walking up it as they look back towards you, Ajisai. You find yourself taken up onto the city wall as they walk by. There's a few guards around, but they don't seem to pay you any mind. And finally, you find yourself at a circular section of city wall that overlooks both the slavers' market and you see outside the city wall this vast arid land outside the city. As the moon shines down on you, they turn and look up, and you just hear them start counting down to themselves.
Very theatrical.
Things must be appropriate. They give a half curtsy.
When you perform these miracles, there's always a chance of there being side effects, like a leaf being moved here.
We of Jinn are beings of the elemental planes and are naturally chaotic. That, along with the elements of shaping the universe, causes many things to happen.
In that case, I'll remind you, this earring is the last thing that I really have from the mother who adopted me. Gave me a life when no one else would. It was made from a fragment of dragon bone that I brought back to her. There could be no more personal thing in this world to me. But I'm entirely willing to trade the last part of my past for a chance at actually having a future. But a future's gonna mean nothing if I can't also fight along the people that have been tolerating me. So I can't lose everything. So I have another offering to make.
One hand at your feet and say, lay it here. Your second offering?
She'll take it off and place it there. My second offering. Whenever I was training, after I acquired the powers that I did, I tried to adopt various styles of combat. I found that I couldn't excel at anything except the skills Kagetsuchi had specifically given to me. There's one particular method of two-handed combat, one style that I had heard about a rival of Kagetsuchi that I had studied whenever I was there. I would like to trade my proficiency in what Kagetsuchi has given me for the chance to master that style. My wish is to be restored back to the way that I was, with equivalent proficiency, to trade what I am for what I would have been.
That I can do. They hold their fingers up towards you and snap them, and they vanish. There's a few seconds of silence. You look around. They haven't reappeared. You realize you can't hear the reverie beneath you. A long shadow bubbles from the ground up, and you see the shadowy form of Kagetsuchi materialize to almost a physical shape, as though stood in front of you, but only two-dimensional. It reaches out towards you, and like an aura of moonlight around you, it seems to turn into ash as it reaches out for your throat and vanishes.
I don't belong to you anymore.
You feel a deep breath of air fill your lungs. There's no sign of the Tao. You look at your feet, and the earring remains.
Do I feel the same as I did?
You do not. You have no idea where any of your targets are currently. You feel warmer. You feel the cold of the wind. You shiver for the first time in years.
I'm going to reach down and I'm going to take the earring. Does it still feel like it has its magic in it?
It feels unfamiliar to you, but it feels important. It feels distinctly magical. The item itself retains its properties, but you can't quite remember where you got it. But you have a very, very strong longing for this earring.
Thank you so much. Tears are gonna well up in their eyes. Though they don't understand why, several tears are going to fall onto the earring. They're going to close their hand around it. Time to make good on this. Okay, Regan. I guess it's about time you saw me for what I am.
Oh no, I was right.
Wow.
Gonna refasten it on her ear, swipe, and she's gonna sweep the cape that she got from Maxine to the side dramatically. Let's go bust that Elise, shall we?
Oh no, I love her.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's just Veloci.
Wait until they get a load of the new old me. She's gonna head forward. Aaron, between games, I want to talk to you specifically about the subclass change.
That's awesome, because that's where we're going to end game.
Yeah! We should say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, I'm so pumped right now. You have no idea how pumped I am. What a cool story beat. And with that, YouTube, we're gonna see you guys when we see you.
Bye.
Bye.